Okay, so Saw 5. Had my heart broken in number 4, and now I'm kind of getting excited again for the series with number 5. I remember I did like number 5 when I watched it before. Now that as I'm rewatching it now, I'm like, oh yes, I did like this film. And it's still the bottom of the pack for me, but it's definitely better than number 4, which I'm assuming at this point is probably going to be the worst one in the whole entire series. This one was directed by David Hackel. David Hackel has served as, come on, a production designer. This is Colt, by the way. Come on. Oh, come on, you can do it. There we go. Tum Tum is around here somewhere. This one picks up after the third one again, and we finally, after 2 movies, find out where the daughter is, and that part of the story is closed. Wasn't really a solid conclusion, but whatever. This one definitely tied together loose ends, and I feel like this one should have been the last one. This one was definitely better than number 4, and I feel like it tied together parts 1 and 2 and 3, and it should just have ended. Last, there's 3 more movies. I like this one in the sense that it had a contained group of contestants. Kind of like how in number 2 they're all in that house and it mostly focuses on them. And in this one it's like a group of 5 people who are all in the game together, and they kind of have to work together and that kind of thing. And I like that. There were definitely flashbacks in this one. There's going to be flashbacks in all of them, but the flashbacks weren't as annoying in this one, and gosh, the 4th one was just so bad. I'm just gonna keep coming back to how bad it was. It had characters that carried over, and I think one of the detectives looks like Jason Lee, and I was sad when the Stanley Tucci that was British died, and I also thought the one guy in it who lasted almost towards the end, maybe he did last, maybe he'll be in another one, since they really didn't like officially show him dying. He was kind of almost dead, but he hasn't died. Maybe dead, and whatever. But he looks like Will Forte and Matthew McConaughey put together. And I remember in, I think the first video where I review the second movie, I talk about the gun at the door, and they kind of touch base on this one, which I thought was kind of cool. Like I said, this one they kind of tied together a lot of the all the movies. And John says something really cool when he's teaching his like apprentice, Detective Hoffman, who was Friar in Sex and the City. He asks John when they're setting up that trap, essentially like, how do you know that, how do you assume that they're going to look through the hole? And he says something really cool, and I actually wrote it down. He says, I don't assume anything, I just let the game, and he says something else, and then he says, I just let the game play out. So I thought that was kind of interesting that he sets it up that, you know, there definitely could be an error, but this cat does not want to sit still, but he just kind of just roll with it. I thought that was kind of cool. And the last scene where the detective that looks like Jason Lee is getting crushed, I thought that was really disgusting. When you see a film and someone's getting crushed, they like get out just in time. Except I think in one of the like Child's Play 2 or 3, there's a guy that gets crushed in the trash thing. That was really just, ugh. But you only think that he's gonna get out, and then he doesn't. And I'm curious to see how number 6 starts, because Detective Hoffman, we see him getting buried alive. We don't see him dead. And in these movies, and this is Tum Tum, in these movies, unless I see them not have a pulse, I don't believe that they're dead. So he could still be alive, and the 2 people that were, the 2 contestants that were in the game together, they could still be alive. And one's Julie Benz, and she's a pretty big actress, so I wouldn't be surprised if she comes back later on. But I'm very curious to see how this has turned out now that my review is over. Cat's finally sitting still. And so I don't know if I'm going to do part 6 outside. It depends on if I can get it done while there's still daylight. But thank you for joining me outside, and I'm glad you guys got to kind of briefly meet Tum Tum and little Colt here. Little Colt's my little sweetie, and I'll probably make a video about them later because they're very special to me. You guys tell me more than you'll ever know. Okay, well, see you in part 6. So, Saw 6. So here's the thing. I recorded the whole thing yesterday and it was super blurry. So now I'm re-recording it. At the end of this video, I'll do some cute like little things that happen because I was holding Tum Tum and Tum Tum kept playing with all my stuff. So this one has a different director. It is Kevin Grutent. I don't know. I probably should have researched that. Saw 6 was cool because this one had a reality show contestant on. They did a show called Scream Queens, and 10 unknown actresses or aspiring actresses competed in some like gruesome tests and that kind of thing, and the winner is the first person that is featured in Saw 6, the girl who cuts off her arm. I did enjoy Saw 6. I don't know if I really liked it more than I liked number 5, but I still enjoyed it. I liked seeing Eddie from Family Matters. He was in it. He didn't make it. And of course, like the bad guy has a tank of piranhas, but I thought it was so weird in the flashbacks. This again had a ton of flashbacks in it. When John came to visit, and the wind is blowing, so it's probably gonna ruin my audio, whatever. He was like, oh, piranhas. And I thought it was so weird that he said piranhas instead of piranhas. I don't know if maybe that's just a different way of pronouncing it. I've never heard anyone pronounce it like that before, and I was like, huh, piranha. I love seeing Amanda again. It was good to see her she of course was in flashbacks, but she was more present than she was in 4 and 5. So it was really nice to see her again. I really like Amanda. It stinks that they had to kill her off, or they did kill her off. Again, I feel like she could have stayed around a lot longer, but Detective Hoffman is doing a pretty good job. But again, in the stupid flashback, Jigsaw has that white strip of hair underneath his chin. It's so disgusting. I hate it so much. And again, it's the most disgusting thing in this whole movie. I haven't been cringing as much in this as I have for the 4th one. I thought this one was pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as it used to be, but I guess I'm just comparing everything to number 4, because number 4 is just garbage. So anything is just fine after that. And I'm 100% sure that I have never seen this movie before. So I must have watched in the past or whatever, watched 1 through 5, skipped number 6 for whatever reason, and saw number 7. I have 2 more left. It's kind of bittersweet. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next week for number 7 and Jigsaw, which is going to be exciting. And I'm curious to see how Jigsaw ends, because it seems like they keep making the final one and they keep making more. So I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting to see if they make any more, but again, I don't know how Jigsaw ends, but I feel like they could, you know, come back or whatever. Okay, thank you for watching. You're beautiful, you're loved, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Really capture it down. He's just
Do you like this mask? Aw, he loves it. Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? Just don't even know anymore. Come on. Here's Tum Tum. Are you gonna say bye? You gonna say bye? Jigsaw the cat. Just chewing on the string.